the pines, out by the Truckies, silvery rills, out where the sun always shines. There is the land that I love the best, fairer than all I can see. Right in the heart of the Golden West, home means Nevada to me.
Good evening. Welcome to our show, Women to Women. I'm Carol Paz, your hostess, and tonight we have a very special event because we have a man with us, okay? And I'm going to introduce both of our guests in just a few moments. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's first half of the program. We'd like to thank Villa Basque Deli and Cafe, home of Pete's famous Basque chorizo, located right here in downtown Carson City, and it is delicious chorizo. We'd also like to thank Carpa Nevada LLC, importers of fine Portuguese olive oils, aged balsamic vinegar, and international health teas, as well as carsonnow.org. This is the place to go 24/7. When you want to know what's happening in this city, Carson City, it's carsonnow.org. So it's a pleasure to welcome DanaFruend. Welcome back, my dear.
Hi, Carol. Nice to see you again.
Ken Hamilton, thank you for being with us for the first time as a gentleman in this event, okay?
Thank you, Carol.
It's great to have you. You know, Dana is not a stranger to our show, and she has a background that's pretty interesting when it comes to taking part in public events and kind of organizing things for Carson City. So just as a matter of passing, Dana, kind of give us a brief background of some of the things that you have been involved with here in Carson City for all of us. Recent past.
Recent past. Well, when I first moved here 7 years ago, as you know, I have a background in fire, and there was nothing available, and the other half that I had was in public relations and writing, and I had worked at the Nevada Appeal for the newspaper there as an event coordinator and special sections, and started getting involved with Carson City's 150. Their sesquicentennial. That's the first time that I had learned to say sesquicentennial. It took me like 2 weeks to learn how to even say that word.
We all have to review it.
Yes.
Getting better.
And then getting involved with the community, just different events and activities that were coming up. And then I'm a past president of the Downtown 2020 and just involved with bringing events and activities and people together for downtown and for Carson City, and just doing things to keep us active and alive and going forward.
And that's a challenge.
Oh,
that's
yes.
an ongoing challenge. How did you get to know Ken?
Through the Downtown 2020 and all the meetings that we would go to, and everybody had become friends, or he's lived here all his life, so he knew a lot of people here. And then just getting to know him through that and some of the events and activities going on through that, finding out that he was with the Nevada Day parade, and I was working in as the marketing for the Carson Horseshoe Club, and we got involved with the Nevada Day parade to have a booth, and so we started talking and more, and then one of his board members, Tim Nolte, asked if I would like to come to one of the meetings, and Bob Williams, who's also on the Nevada board, and the same week asked if I would like to come sit in and perhaps be a part, and so it started from there. All right.
So Ken, this lady can draw us into so many projects, okay?
Oh, yeah.
She's a great background individual for potential for wherever she works, okay? And that's one of her gifts. Tell us a little bit, Ken, in terms of your background. We've never met you before on the show. Where are you from originally, and how did you get here to Carson City?
I was born in California, in the Fresno area, and family moved over here in 1972, where I started first grade, and went on through to graduate from Carson High in 1984, and there's my age, and I pretty much worked in food service, starting out at Vips as a dishwasher, and that turned to Denny's.
I've done that.
Oh, have you?
Me too.
That was my first major job in high school, and then Vips turned to Denny's, and Denny's turned to Scotty's, and then by the time it turned into Grandma Hattie's, I was gone. And my father had retired from IBM in 1987, and I joined him in '91. He actually is still actually a typewriter repairman. And he worked for IBM as their service man, and Marv Texera, our ex-mayor, was the sales. So I used to see Marv a lot back then. We'd have our IBM gatherings. But anyways, so Dad retired in '87, And he still had a lot. He was only 55. And
Okay, he's very young yet.
Yeah, very young, and so he tried his hand at financial planning. He used to practice on me. He would say, "Hi, my name's Bud Hamilton. Where do you see yourself in 15 years?" Like, okay, Dad, that's good. So it really wasn't his cup of tea.
I better be in good hands, Dad, in 15
yeah,
years.
Really, help me out on that one.
Well, you know, what we want to get into is this Nevada celebration.
Sure.
And what are some of the special, well, challenges that you both have faced in trying to put this together for the public? Every year, this is the biggest day that I've ever seen in a state, which is not only the state capitol celebration, but the history and the celebration of Nevada itself. And it's remarkable how many people are involved and how many people want to be involved. Sometimes that's a hard thing to pull volunteers in and to pull floats in, but I don't see that at all as a situation that you deal with. There's so much energy and pride in showing the rest of the nation what Nevada Day is. What are some of the challenges that you faced, Dana, in pulling this together?
Oh, great balls of fire. It is, in coming in there and seeing what Ken and Steve and the team has done, it is nothing short of a miracle. To have over, what do we have today? Over 200 entries, 230?
220, and they keep trying to come in, and we have to.
And for the parade itself.
For the parade itself, correct. Yeah, we had to cut them off finally.
Because it just goes, winds within the streets on and on and on, and you have to have a cutoff because you would have a 5-hour parade, and what it takes to do all that, from the applications that come in to seeing how, like, we have PayPal. Thanks to modern technology, PayPal is so convenient, but sometimes people will send in an application and no PayPal, or a PayPal will come in and there's no application. So you're constantly working to match everything up. Yeah. And so the paperwork process of getting everything together. We also this year have the Steampunk Ball and Fam Fest. So it's the parade, a very large Fam Fest and Telegraph Square block party, the Steampunk Ball. So we're managing all these different venues with a lot of high energy and fun. And everyone's very excited to really want to make it special for the 150. But it's nothing short of miraculous, especially I'll get paperwork done, Steve's doing paperwork, plus all the phone calls in between. Running the store. Email. And then we put everything on his desk to give it the final.
Where do you?
And so
you don't want to see that desk right now.
Yes.
You can't see the desk, actually.
It's filed up.
That's a work in progress, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's a very active work in progress. So Steve, we can tell just from what Dana has shared some of the challenges, okay? But specifically, what do you keep a real eye for detail on?
Well, I have a parade committee. We have certain groups I have to break it up to. Actually, Steve, we just brought him on as a paid employee, so he's the one working in the office. We only have a paid employee at like 3 months out of the year. And there's stuff going on well before August. So I've got him in there to kind of help with a lot of that paperwork. And I have a parade committee that goes through with a fine-tooth comb as far as exactly what is going to be in this entry. And is it appropriate? Will it fit on the side street? It becomes a real logistical nightmare when you have 60 to 70-foot trailers, or you have 200 Boy Scouts walking, and you've got Burning Man shooting flames out, and you've got horses, and you've got dogs, and you've got gunfire. So they can't all be together. You can't have horses near gunfire or near loud cars, because you've got all the car groups that want to have their cars in. And so you've got to put that all together and review the application. Then the fun part, you look at some of the commentary. And some of these parade entries think that they have an hour and a half going down there, and your announcer's got 35 seconds. We taped it, and so we have to cut that down. And then, like I said, then you got to find out where everybody's going to go and where they're going to get lined up at. And
you know, by the time you two finish with this, one could be president and another vice president of the United States.
I'm telling you, anyone who can run a parade or what they've done for years, I'm just coming into this. I've ran parades before. But not like this, and not with this much detail. And so with the team that we have, the parade committee, the parade director, the board. It's a good team, and everybody's bringing something to the table to accomplish.
And you see the enthusiasm of the crowds from early in the morning with their coffee and their donuts and the hot air balloons that are going up.
Yes.
Just to see those balloons stretched out along the highway in preparation for takeoff.
It's breathtaking.
That's one of the most beautiful scenes. It really is.
I have chills right now.
Oh yeah,
because I know what it's like to watch it. So let me ask you this. In order to think about a parade this year, you know what some of the entries are that people want to see year after year after year. It's almost as if they are, I wouldn't call it the framework of the parade, and yet they are anchor points.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia? Okay.
Tradition.
What are some of those anchor points, Ken, that you're always glad to see come back again year after year?
Well, you like to see the bands. The bands are always big. You always, especially with Carson High, and get some of the Reno bands and some of the outlying bands. It's an honor that we get a band from White Pine, from Ely, that they travel that far. We're actually getting one from Elko.
Amazing.
This year. Yeah, and we used to, I think even at times you had somebody come up from Bishop. So you always like to see the bands. That's entertaining. We had UNR actually 3 years ago, which was wonderful. They stopped and did Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy in front of our review stand. That was special. That was goosebumps. That was outstanding.
Yes.
And the clowns and the Shriners running their little cars and
the beautiful horses.
And the horses, the parading
incredible
Arabians. Oh
horses.
my gosh, they're just gorgeous. And then the floats, of course.
Yes, and just having that proximity to California, where so many beautiful Arabian horses are bred, raised, and that neighborliness, that sense of sharing some of the other states' entries makes for a very interesting and dynamic situation every year. Well, you have some new things happening in Telegraph Square, if I heard you correctly.
Yes, FamFest.
Okay, so are there any new stores? Are there any new activities that you really want to bring to our attention, so that as we're watching the parade, but as we also wander off and take a break, where we should put our attention to?
Yes. We'll be down there early in the morning. Minnie will be down at the balloon launch. Ken and part of the team is getting the parade all lined up. FamFest is down Curry Street and Telegraph Square. And so we've got the Trippin' King Snakes this year, and they're going to be rocking the Telegraph Square down there. South of Telegraph, going down Curry Street, we have FamFest. So we have food, music, fun. We've got the Pony Express is going to be there afterwards. We've got pirates and villains and military static display, kids games, chalk art, bicycle show and shine. It is the place to be after the parade, but also during, because many of us know that with kids and families, sometimes they're just not going to sit still for 2 or 3 hours. So we have something that we believe is answering a call that's been asked for years, is having something for the kids and family, a little more to do. And so with FamFest, we're answering that. And that's going to go from 8 in the morning set up, open up about 11, and then go till 5 o'clock. But Friday night, we have the Steampunk Ball. And so this is kind of like Victorian West meets Jules Verne meets a little bit of science. And so it's a costume ball, so you can wear whatever you like, but that steampunk theme is what we're
indoors or outdoors?
It's indoors. It's at the beautiful ballroom of the Carson Nugget upstairs.
They did a really good job with that.
Oh, beautiful. I believe Tricia Lincoln did all the decoration on that. Beautiful, beautiful work. And so we're going to be up there. And there's food. It's on Halloween this year. And so we've got the Carson Nugget is doing the sweet treats up there. And there's a bar. And we have the Rock and Roll Rebels from Las Vegas are coming up. They're a fantastic cover band. And so they're going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? Already, we still have a second half to go. I can't imagine, it can get any better than this. But we'll be right back. Don't go away. There's more to come.
Hi, I'm Stephen Lincoln with CarsonCityHomes.com, Carson City's original online real estate resource.
At CarsonCityHomes.com, you get effective and easy-to-use tools to help you select your next home today. With our easy-to-use website, you can search listings throughout Northern Nevada and narrow the results by selecting every facet, quirk, and quality you desire. Visit CarsonCityHomes.com.
I was 36, wanted to do something that was boldly different. We sold our house, drove west with the idea that we were going to be in the wine industry. We lived in a teepee for 2 months.
I mean, if you're going to do something, why not do it with your whole heart?
It's that creative outlet of being able to make something and make something that comes from the land. Bank of the West said, we have complete faith in your brand. Don't do anything to compromise it. Banks don't say things like that.
Apex SCF provides cutting-edge, hands-on training that effectively addresses today's threats of violence.
The Apex Stay Alive course teaches proven methods for personal protection and attack countermeasures that can be applied in any environment. In your home, at the workplace, or on campus, Apex will teach you the necessary skills to stay alive, including how to recognize and react to an active shooter scenario.
If you knew you had to fight for your life tomorrow, would you train today? Contact us now to sign up for a class in your region.
Come to the Carson Horseshoe Club for fun and friendly service. Play your favorite games. Join our Players Club, where you get cash for points plus food comps and enjoy casual dining in our Lucky Horse Grill. Get it all in the heart of downtown Carson City at the family-owned, local favorite Carson Horseshoe Club.
Welcome back to the second half of Women to Women. We're here with DanaFruend and KenHamilton and the Nevada Day celebration that's just about to happen, and there's a lot going on. But before we get back to that, I'd like to thank our sponsors for the second half, Dr. Kent Gabriel, noted plastic surgeon right here whose practice is in Carson City. Dr. Gabriel's specialty is microsurgery of the hands. We'd also like to thank the Carson Horseshoe Club, located in the historical district of the capital. If you're thinking about a wonderful breakfast or a light lunch, why not stop in and see their newly renovated dining room? And I'd like to thank Bank of the West, one of the friendliest, most customer receivable banks right here in Carson City. If you walk into the Bank of the West, they know your name. And now let's get back to Dana and to Ken. You know, guys, you have taken on a momentous job, and you're fully aware of that right now, okay? Mm-hmm. So, Ken, when I ask you, because oftentimes men think differently than women, and I think it's very important that there's a co-team here made of both of you, but when it comes to the, the safety of the spectators, the safety of the parade participants, what extra special things do you always have to pay detailed attention to?
Well, there's so much going on. We have probably 35 to 40,000 spectators on average, and then you've got
that day alone.
That day alone, and then you've got with your your parade goers. I would say, that's I would imagine that there's probably at least 3,000 or 4,000 going down the street in all different kinds of get-ups, and on floats and walking and on horses and motorcycles and little cars and.
So let me ask you this. Is there a policy about fire retardant materials that floats or that costumes need to pay attention to so that it lessens the chance for an accident of some sort to happen?
We do have a few from Burning Man, the controlled burn, that they have some fire dancers and they shoot some flames off of their floats. So we just make sure that the spectators stay far enough away, and the controlled burn has their own insurance, and they're fire dancers, and they're professionally trained. They actually are certified, but they do have to go to the fire department and show that certificate, so we don't know that they are. So they're professionals, but we have to warn the spectators. We have parade marshals that go down the route, and they're always watching for that. And we also have motorcycle cops going back and forth. The Carson City Sheriff's Department and the Highway Patrol are just absolutely amazing. We couldn't do it without them. The thing you have to be really careful about is, since the motorcycles are going back and forth, we have to watch out for kids that are running the street. So that's why you can't. I always thought you don't want to throw something from your float because you might hit somebody in the eye. It's not that. It's you don't want the kids running out. And getting hit by a motorcycle. So that's a major concern.
And I know that the crowd always feels, at least I do as a member of the crowd as I'm watching this enormously big parade route and all the entries, that I rest assured that the best in public safety has been adhered to. And then it's up to me as a spectator as a participant and onlooker, to just keep my eyes out for what's going on beside me, what's going on out in front of me, because I have a certain responsibility there as well.
Sure.
And do you suppose this is the only celebration in Nevada, or are there other areas of celebration as well on this day? Is it just the Capitol who has this magnificent outpouring of pride?
Well, the Capitol is the most traditional Nevada Day parade and celebration.
Okay.
It was called the Mission Day back in 1864, October 31st, 1864, when Nevada became the 36th state, and it was called the Mission Day. I'm not sure exactly how it was celebrated back then in Reno. As far as I know, it was never with a parade. It wasn't celebrated with a parade until it moved over here in 1938, and that was the first parade.
Where did it move? Where was it originally?
Washoe County, from Reno and Sparks area.
Okay.
And I think it just started kind of dying out. Maybe it was just a couple guys in a bar going, "Happy Admissions Day." So we don't know the extent of it, but it moved over in 1938, and that's when they first started with a parade, and they closed downtown Carson Street, and then history was born. So.
I'm curious. I wonder whether some of these parades, the very earliest parades, took place on dirt roads.
Oh, absolutely. I think
was Carson Street dirt back then? That's
38. No, I think we had some pavement in the pictures that I've seen.
I think so too.
But I don't know if it was all of the streets from pictures that we've seen.
No. But I was just thinking Carson Street itself. I'm assuming was.
I'd seen pictures. This is one of the things that's been fun about the Nevada Day and Nevada Day store, is all of the history that we get to see from past programs that I've looked at. The Carson Nugget used to have an elephant every year. And sometimes the elephant would get out. I'm not sure who owned the elephant, but I heard stories of the elephant getting out and out grazing in yards and out visiting. And
they are a social animal.
Different challenging things throughout the parades that have happened, or some of the challenges, because we have other venues and other events like rock drilling, the beard contest going on.
Oh, that's so famous.
And so each one of those venues has interesting challenges and comical stories that you hear of over the years that have happened.
The men take this absolutely seriously.
It's the world champion.
They have spent
rock
months,
drilling,
not a year.
Single jack rock drilling. It's in the world. It's in our backyard. At rock drilling, it's the world championship.
This is the 40th year they've been doing that. That's one of the more traditional.
Yes.
Now that's new for me. I didn't know that.
Right.
I just found this out too, working with them. I had no idea that it was a world championship for single jack drilling. So it's a very big deal.
Okay. So now you have talked about that you have a Nevada Day store.
Yes.
If we come in and explore, what would we find?
Well, let me tell you what we find.
When I talked to Dana, we've had the store. When I became president in 2010, Nevada didn't have a store. Our merchandise would come out one day a year, and that was during the parade.
Okay.
So in 2010, we moved down to Telegraph, and we got it was kind of a small area, and started like, what do we do with this? All we had was pretty much Nevada Day sweatshirts, and perhaps some theme shirts, depending on what the parade theme was, because it's a different theme every year, of course. So I just kind of muddled along with it and we're trying different things, because a lot of people would come in probably a couple months before Nevada and go, tourists would say, well, Nevada, oh, that sounds great, but what about Nevada, Battleborn? So we started kind of getting some ideas in there. And it's been improving over time, but then, boy, and I got Dana in there, I said, help me. I just really want to see this store thrive, and I want to be able to offer a lot of different kind of products, and it's because it was just limited.
Yes.
And so Dana's really taken that and run with it, and I just appreciate she's done a wonderful job.
And what are you running with? What are you running for?
All right. Well, it was the Nevada Day store, but now it's the Nevada Day store and Trading Post. We are embracing the West and all that we are. Ken had, in the beginning, told me that he's always wanted to see it turn into a trading store and have different eclectic things in there. And so we're working not only with having Nevada Day, Battleborn, but Western things of Nevada. We're looking for unique artisans to bring.
Made in Nevada is
Made
nice.
in Nevada.
I always like to push that.
I agree.
Local artist and.
Yes, and so we have coming in there, we have the art of Dennis DeSilla. He is a fine art photographer, and we've got beautiful work from him, some local, also fine art works coming in, paintings and different media coming in.
What
We
about
also
jewelry?
Yes, some jewelry's going to be coming in, and we've got some local lavender and lavender products. We're going to have some leather works and things for the kids. We have products coming in within the next 2 weeks from the Prairie Godmother, and handmade cards and handmade beautiful traditional things. And so a little bit of food and like some fine teas and different things that are international, representative of an Old West trading post. And useful things.
And I think that most of our nation, when they think of Nevada, they give it a second. Las Vegas always comes to mind, but Las Vegas is part of Nevada, but the history is right around in here.
Oh, we're right in the heart.
And I know I saw a brand new Pony Express book.
Yes.
What does that mean? What does that indicate?
You want to tell them?
Well, that was your baby, but
okay.
Tell me about the Pony Express stuff. I know you're excited about it, and I am too.
I am.
That was great.
We are.
Best idea you ever came up with.
We're working with Ron Bell and the Pony Express Northern Nevada Association.
Okay.
We're working to create a request through local city first and with our governor. It's literally right in the works that we're getting ready to do this, and with the Visitors Bureau, that we present a letter to the Pony Express International Association National Association that they have, that we want to become a live, active Pony Express stop. We're already working with the Pony Express, Ron Bell, to come in once a month. He has a book out. He is a legitimate, real Pony Express rider, and he's ridden the circuit throughout the years that they have the Pony Express run. We are a Pony Express territory. It's so much a part of our history, but we want to bring it back and bring it downtown to where people can come every month, and they can get their letters stamped, because there's only 3 entities that can carry the U.S. mail: the National Guard, the Pony Express, and the U.S. Postal Service.
Oh, God, I didn't know
And
that.
so we want to be able to embrace that and make it something fun every month, that they can bring in cards and letters, especially over the holiday, and be able to get that special Pony Express stamp. They're going to put it in their mochila, and then they're going to write it over to the U.S. Postal Office over on Little.
Okay.
And so
Little and Roop.
This is all brand new, and we're first breaking it here. That's what we're working on.
That's great. First intrigue people, and they remember it.
Yes.
And they say, do you remember when? And I love your idea of anything made in Nevada.
Yes.
It's a rarity these days, and Nevada is blessed with so many different minerals, precious metals, and the sense of history that no one can take away. So why not let our kids live it again? Why don't we relive it in many ways? Well, I applaud your efforts. And I know that when all of this is over and done with, you'll have an exiting meeting, and you'll see what really worked and what we can do for next year. But you're listening to the public. That's what I hear you saying, that their requests, their enjoyments, things that bring them downtown Carson City from early in the morning until late at night. They help create that menu that is so intriguing about the Nevada Day celebration. So I want to say thank you to both of you for being on and sharing. Great job. Thank you, Ken, for being. Oh,
really been a pleasure.
A pleasure. And there aren't too many men that I can say have that kind of courage and confidence, okay? You demonstrated it, okay?
Thank you.
To come on with an all-women show, all right? Thank you so much. And we want to thank our viewers. We want to say to you, have a great night, stay well, stay safe, and until next week with a brand new show, take care. Good night.
Folks down in Nevada love to celebrate their day. They express their joy with a Nevada Day parade. There's always something happening till the end of the day. Won't you come with me on down to Nevada Day parade? You will see festivities that everyone will love. Everything from marching bands to cowboys slinging guns, or puppy dogs and kittens to bikers swinging chains. So Join me as we celebrate Nevada Day Parade. You can see the Armsby House or Cactus Jacks and more. Nevada first became a state in 1864. Take off your hat in honor of the great old Silver State. Then grab a drink and join me for Nevada Day Parade.